Good morning. So we are working on 8.1, which is finding a place to live. How do I find a place to live? So we all went. So food and shelter, we need that, and water. So things that we need. So we're gonna start with this one. So we think of you may have seen the company, see their trucks around town. So 2 men and a truck. So it can be for any moving company. Okay, so we are going to use elimination. So we have two. So um, for a weekday move, okay, so we have 4 hours of loading. And then we have 2 hours of packing. And total cost is $400. Okay, and then we have our weekend move. Okay, so 6 hours of loading. And everybody, I'm using a cursive L so it doesn't look like a 1. And then 5 hours of packing. Okay, so $720. Okay, so we're going to figure these out. Okay, so when we do this, so we're going to figure out so we're going to write the equations for both of them. And so for the first one, so it's going to be 4 hours. Okay, so 4 hours of loading plus 2 hours of packing is equal to 400. Okay, and then the other one is going to be 6 hours of loading plus 5 hours of packing is equal to $702. Okay, so we are going to figure these out. So we also need to figure out for each one, so least common multiple, right? So for the first one, it's going to be, so 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so for that one, and then for the next one, it's going to be okay, sorry everybody. So least common multiple. Sorry, let me back up. For loading. Okay, so we have 6 and we have 6 and 4, right? Okay, so if I do 6 and 4, so I know, so you can count by those numbers. So if I go 4, 8, 12, 16, and then I do the same thing with 6, so 6, 12, I can stop right here at 12. Okay, so the LCM for loading, everybody, is 12. Okay. And then for the least common multiple for packing, okay, so I'm looking at these two numbers, so 2 and 5. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then I count by 5, so 5, 10. I can stop right there at 10. Okay. So for packing, it's going to be 10, the number 10. Okay. So 2 times 5. So we're going to use that one. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so we're going to use some different numbers. So we're going to look at it and we're going to go, okay, I'm going to use, so I need to get it so they both have 10, okay, because I have to eliminate one of them. So I'm going to multiply this one by 5. Okay. Remember when I multiply by 5, I'm going to have to multiply 4L times 5 and 5 times 2P, and then 400 times 5. Okay. And then on the bottom one, I'm going to have to multiply by, I'm going to use a negative number. So I'm going to use -2. So we're going to multiply. I'll bring those down. Okay. So we're going to get 20L plus 10P is equal to 2,000. And then for our other one, we're going to have negative 12L plus negative 10P is equal to negative 1,440. Okay. And we're doing elimination, so we're eliminating the packing so we can find the loading rate. Okay. So we're going to add those together. So I get 8L, that's going to be 0. 10P plus negative 10P is 0. And then 560. Okay, I'm going to divide each side by 8. So the loading rate, so loading hourly rate is $70 per hour. Okay. To solve for the packing rate, I can just substitute it back in. Okay. So I'm going to substitute it back into the first one. So 4L plus 2P is equal to 400. Okay. I'm going to substitute in. Okay. So 4 times 70 plus 2P is equal to 400. Okay. And then I'm going to subtract. So 4 times 70 is 280. Subtract 280 from each side. So we get 2P is equal to 120. I'm going to divide by 2 so I can solve for the packing rate. Get P by itself. Everybody notice too, if you like doing the line or think of like crossing the river. Okay, so it's going to be equal to 60. So the packing rate hourly rate is $60 an hour. Okay. What if we were looking at something else, everybody? So what if I were looking at my gross pay? Okay. So so when you look at how much you can afford for rent, okay, or for a mortgage, how much can I afford? So when you're looking at that, and they will also look at that when you go to rent the apartment. So the apartment complex, or if you're renting a house, they're going to look at what 25 to 30% of our gross pay. Okay. So let's say you want to figure it out. So we look at, okay, so let's say everybody that you're making 1,500, okay, a month, and that's your gross pay. Okay, so we're going to do 25% times the gross pay. So 375. Then we're going to do the same thing with this one, 30% times 1,500. It's going to give us 450. Okay, so the rate, the interval amount you can afford is between $375 to $450. Okay, that's how much you can afford to pay for rent. Okay, so let's do another example with this, everybody. So I'm just going to continue on. Okay, so let's say that you were making, your gross pay was $1,920 a month. Okay, so, so I know where I got this from. So everybody. So if you're looking at your pay, everybody, so if you're working 40 hours a week, you're getting paid $12 an hour times 4 weeks. Your pay would be $1,920. Okay, everybody. So just to think about like how much you're making. Okay, what if you're making $3,000 a month? Okay. So maybe doing where you're earning more money or combining your income. So $750. Okay. And then for 30%, so we do the same thing, 30% is a decimal. So we get $900. So the amount you could afford is between $750 to $900 a month. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this too, everybody. So how much do you pay in rent and taxes, everybody? Okay, so let's say that you make $61,992 a year. 25% goes to taxes, and 25% to rent. Okay, so how much do you pay? For rent and taxes? Okay, so we're going to take that amount. So the income amount divided by 12. Okay, so everybody, because we're breaking it down for the month. So you're making $5,166 a month. Okay. Times, so we're going to do the taxes, 25%. Okay, so we got $1,291.50. Okay. So everybody, this is to figure out how much rent you could afford. So between the 25 and 30%. Okay, and then we're going to say same thing, so 30%. So everybody, we're doing this to figure out how much you can afford. So $1,549.80. Okay. So for taxes, okay, so now we have our taxes amount. So 25% times 51,066. And we got that $1,291.50. Okay. Okay, so that is how much you're paying in taxes. So, and This is how much you could afford in rent, everybody. Okay, so what if we look at what if you're paying 25% is going to rent? And you're paying $950 in rent per month. Okay. So we're going to take the 915, we're going to divide it by 27% as a decimal. Okay. Remember, round to the cents place, so we got $3,388.89 per month. Okay. So that would be how much? Okay, so that would be a month. And then for a year, everybody, now we would take that amount and divide that and multiply that by 12. So the $3,388.89, multiply that by 12. Okay. So $40,666.67. Okay. So everybody remember that that is the gross pay. Okay. Okay, so what if we wanted to figure out, okay, so we had our gross income is $2,500. You pay 24% in federal and state taxes. $15% to credit cards. 10% in savings. And you're paying $850 in rent, okay, for the apartment. Okay, so for the apartment. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and figure this out. Okay, so we're going to take the gross pay, okay, times the 24%. Okay, so everybody, so that's taxes plus 15% to credit cards. So the gross pay times 15%. Okay, so that's credit cards, CC, plus, and then 10% in savings, which is really good. You actually want to, if you can, do 10%. Okay, so everybody, that's the savings. Okay, so we get that amount. So we do all that. I got 1,225. Okay, plus the rent. So 2,075. Okay, we want to check. So that rent, 850 divided by 2,500. Okay, that's her gross pay. get 0.34 times 100 to change it to a percent. That's 34%, okay? That's over the interval, 25 to 30% interval. Okay, so it's more, okay? So we want to know, can you afford the apartment without going over 30% of your income? And the answer on this one, everybody, is no. So you might need to do like find another way to make a little bit more money, or find a different apartment. Okay. Okay, so what we have left is 475. So it is over, so I would say no. Again, might be able to, if you do like just kind of being like, oh, well, I'm going to maybe like find another part-time job or something you could do to earn a little bit of extra money so you would be able to afford it. Because everybody, you still have to pay for food. If you have a car insurance, gas, maintenance for your car, cell phone, internet, there's a lot of things you still have to pay for, right? Okay. So let's look at everybody. So another part of moving in is the move-in cost. Okay, so we looked at the moving cost just for the movers. So let's say everybody, we have a $20, and this is really common, everybody, that they have a $20 application fee. Okay, for each person over 18. They're going to run a credit report for each person over the age of 18. Okay, you also have to do a security deposit, which equals the first and last month's rent. Okay, and then sometimes they'll add more on top of it. Also, there's usually extra cost to also everybody, like if you have pets too. Okay, so application fee. Okay, so you're getting a 2-bedroom at $850 a month for you and your roommate. Okay, so application fee is going to be 2 times 20. So we have $40. Okay, so the credit report. Okay, so 2 times 24 is going to be 50. So again, everybody, you're seeing how that FICO score, remember we talked about your credit score? It's coming into play for here too. Okay, and then we have the security deposit. Two times 850, 1,700. Okay, we're gonna add all these together, everybody. Okay, so the total cost to move in is $1,790. Okay. And the utility department may request that you do a deposit as well, a security deposit. So you might have to do one for utilities too. Okay, everybody, you got this.